22, Jonathan Alicio, number 30, and he didn't get off the line as quick as did Ted Ritter. It pays off. Now that's going to bring up Jerry Hemmingson. Here's the Jericho Racing Transmission CEO, Jerry and Cheryl, and they're 92 Lumina with a 401 cubic inch Chevrolet. The Alder trim, 797. They qualified number 34. Qualifying number 2, that E-Dragster out of Somerset, Michigan. That's the cylinder head. Number 2 at 6'10", under and at 760. Running on an index now at 821. Now's the time where it really gets critical if you start bumping that index. 797. Hemmingson. You'll have to chase down Andrews, who qualified 32 spots. Miles an hour to a 750 up on this division. Goes to round number 2. Now that'll bring up John Fairley and Rick Hoare. Fairley's B. Alden machine, Scott City, Kansas. Rick Hoare, Kissimmee, Florida. The automotive entry. 96 model Corvette. Automotive Enterprises Incorporated. Double A Alden, Rick Hoare, 421 cubic inch. Corporate GM power plant, supercharged head injector. Number 15 qualifier, they run as quick as 7:17. The national record, which is theirs, is 7:23. John Fairley at 4700ths of a second out of the number 47 car. He'll actually get a slight advantage by handicap. 797 to the 774. Some math you can figure it out up there in the screen. Right now you're watching this Fairley and Hoare get ready to go. Stage to stage. On it that hard. He wins here to a 756 at 181. Now that's going to bring up the A Alden. As you see, owned and driven by Dwayne Rice. Grove City, Ohio, a 26-year-old excavating contractor. He'll take on the general manager of the Farrell Trucking Company. That is Mike Farrell, driving for his dad, CJ. A brand new Mike Spitzer race cars chassis with a 3-air. 812 index, qualified number 16. Dwayne Rice at 739 index, he qualified number 48. Dwayne Rice with a car with a 693 cubic inch big block Chevrolet, almost 700 cubic inches. More than twice the cubic inch displacement in Mike Farrell's machine. But Farrell will get a chance to lead first by handicap, and it'll be all up to Dwayne Rice trying to get all that power down the ground. At 172 miles an hour after a foul start there at the start of the race. Now you're looking at John Stewart, the president of Best Plastics Incorporated, Bedford, Michigan. 356 cubic inch Chevrolet and that 97 Mike Spitzer race cars chassis. The guy walking up to take a look at the car is Mark Roberts, crew chief. They were number 46 in qualifying at a 766 index. Right next to them, Todd Patterson, the engine builder out of Augusta, Kansas. 8-time national event champion, 5-time division champion. The remarkable thing about Todd Patterson, he's been in the final rounds 18 times in national events, won 8 of them. Gary Pierman, the crew chief for the Winnebago Motorsports 92 model Camaro with a 350 cubic inch Chevrolet. 910 index, Patterson qualified number 14 at 57 under with an 852. Stewart, meanwhile, was number 46, as I mentioned earlier. His best run was 718. He'll have to play catch-up. But it's Patterson holding them off. 858, 156 miles an hour to 7. That's going to bring up David Rampy. Here comes that red-hot Winnebago and Nebraska Motorhomes Alder to 32 Austin Bantam out of Star Diesel. Harold Stout, car owner. Mike Johnson, diesel truck technician and salesman out of Lowell, Arkansas. Driving for Cordes and Mary Johnson with a 292 cubic inch Chevrolet. That is the Sea Econo Dragster. An 801 index. Qualified number 44. He'll have to chase down Rampy on the 812 index, qualified number 12. There'll be 1100s in handicap. And a separated here at the starting line. 1100s at handicap there, separating the two drivers that you see moving into the starting line. Meanwhile, you can see the guys coming back from far in there. John Geyer. Here comes Jerry Arnold. T.L. Smith behind him. Larry Pritchett. All back to the car. Garth Hill out of Mount Morris, Michigan, and Charlie Williams. There's Garth and Charlie's machine. The inline six-cylinder, the Jeep power plant, taking on Jerry Haas. Red Corvette out of Haas Race Cars. This is the Benton, Missouri-based team with a 672 cubic inch Pontiac in A-older trim. Well, Garth Hill, the number 11 qualifier, 5,700 of a second. Coming back from the far end.
Look at the cars.
Some with a thrill of victory, some the agony of defeat. Jonathan Alicio coming back from the far end as well. Get those cars back. We need Richard Wilkerson. He can call your home. Richard Wilkerson, you need to call your home. Well, Garth Hill and Jerry Haas. Concrete and asphalt. Now you're looking at the next pair. There is Bob Bailey. Bob and Judy make their home in Wabash, Indiana. It's a family operation. Here comes Bailey's Aircon and Dragster. Mike Spencer Race Cars chassis. 450 cubic inches of Steve Schmidt Pontiac. He'll be alongside Aloy Lucero. Western Motorsports Mustang Ford. 338 cubic inches.
He was here just a minute ago.
Bailey number 26. Lucero number 58. Get ready to move, 737 and 829. Those are the indexes. As Lucero qualified number 58, Bailey number 26. Over Bob and Judy. National event win back in 1991 at the Southern Nationals down in Commerce, Georgia. They love at the U.S. Nationals, right in the backyard. All back in the backyard. Number 3 qualifier. This is the Brian Brown, Don Redditch. 264 cubic inch V6 Chevrolet out of Bill Grumpy Jenkins shop in a Burt McKinney race car chassis out of Lafayette, Indiana. Brian Self, 23-year-old second generation racer from Durant, Oklahoma. The lump cylinder head, B Super modified.
We need to breathe.
Did you get to talk to him?
You're looking right now as Mike Gravel and Jimmy Ford are making some final moves there on Brian Brown's machine. Brian Self, Chad Tiger, 80-88 qualifying. They were number 35. Brian Brown, number 3. This is round 1. 39 for Self. He'll get the advantage by handicap. 808 Brow. That is his index. He was 757 and 166 miles an hour to a 9 flat at 149. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday afternoon in the final qualifying session, this young man put the hammer down on the Jakes mail order 93 Z28 Camaro to claim the number 1 spot. 888's the index, but he kind of showed his hand because it went 61/100ths of a second under with an 827. We need Federal Mogul dragsters to the staging lanes, please. Federal Mogul dragsters to the staging lane. The old Ken has to put up with the number 1 qualifier here in round number 1, and would you believe, Ken, in the configuration of competition on, they will have to try to chase down that yellow and black Camaro out of Columbus, Ohio. 888.